Mutant on a Mission has traveled to some of the best gyms in the world in some of the biggest cities where many of the top pros have spent their careers training. But what about the small town gyms in the middle of nowhere where nobody's been? This one's for the little guy.
Ron Partlow.
Big Dog Morning News.
Visited Iron Gym in Lac La Biche to film an episode of his YouTube series, Mutant on a Mission.
I'm in northeastern Alberta in a small town called Lac La Biche, and I'm going to show you the best gym in small town Canada, Iron Gym. I'm Big Ron Partlow, and this is Mutant on a Mission. Hey Mutant Nation, Big Ron here. I'm outside Iron Gym in Lac La Biche, Alberta. We've been to some amazing gyms in some amazing cities, but this is the best gym in small town Canada. I'm gonna take you guys inside and show you. 24-hour card lock, but we got access. Hey John.
Welcome back.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
You betcha.
It's been over 10 years since I was here.
Yeah, about
Right?
that.
Yeah, okay. It's this is John Nowak.
Hello, everybody.
Owner of Iron Gym, and I'm really excited to be here and show everybody your collection because this is almost a museum of hardcore bodybuilding. This is a new location from last time I was here, right?
You bet.
Very similar.
Very similar, still in a basement because I can't afford rent up on a ground level. Space was empty. I was like, wow, this is pretty good. And he's like, and this is the freight elevator. And I was like, okay, sold.
Oh no, so you don't have to carry everything down the stairs.
I've done that for 10 years and I was like, you know what? It'll be great to be able to just haul things up and down as I need. So.
Well, let's start with a wall. So it's a small wall.
It's a small wall.
But I'm on it.
You're on it.
Iron Gym, the best little gym in Canada. So this is a picture from 2006. This is over 10 years ago. And even back then, I called it the best little gym in Canada. So I'm glad it's still here and I'm glad we're back.
And I opened in 2005. I had half as much equipment.
And this guy's really, really Canadian proud. My old coach, Scott Abel. And then come on over here and check this out. One of my old training partners, IFBB pro Dan Fedelek. So a lot of Alberta guys. And of course, Dorian in the middle, two Iron Gym. That's incredible.
Anyone will probably, if they have a look around the gym, they'll probably see the heavy influence from Dorian Yates down here.
Yeah, you even got
the man.
Your equipment's even blue.
It is.
Because his hammer strength stuff was blue.
His was blue, so when I opened my gym in 2005, and I was talking with a hammer strength guy, ordering up some equipment, and he's like, what color do you want? He said, yellow's a big thing, and I'm like, it's gotta be blue. It's gotta be blue.
I wanna ask you about this photo here.
He actually, before I was hauling equipment in, and as I was bolting equipment together, he was throwing plates on it, he was working out. He's like, I'm your first paying customer, how much is it for a year? And I wasn't even open, he paid me for a year, and he was with me ever since, till a few years back, unfortunately, leukemia took his life.
Right.
And so to honor him, I got a hold of his wife and I said, find me a good picture because he was my first member and he'll always be my first member of Iron Gym. And I'm proud to say that his son and I, we train from time to time. And
wow.
And his son's a chip off the old block. He's just like his old man.
How many times have you seen a gym put a picture of its first member up on the wall and leave it there long after he's passed away? I mean, that really was something that impressed me about what John had done to his gym and what he was trying to capture there. Of course, you gotta have the pumping iron poster. So let's talk about this. This must be like a 1970 something piece of Nautilus. Do you know what year this is?
Would have been mid to late 70s. You can tell from the spider cams. I have an even older model being refurbished right now that would probably be early 70s, one of the first ones. So wow. This one's already spoken for. I got a friend of mine in Cold Lake's got a gym and he said, it's sold.
Oh really? So you gotta switch it out?
Switch it out. I gotta have the older one. The older one's got the spider cams.
Right. That's funny. Now, back in the 70s, that's all the barbells were, the York plates. And you have to stick with these because the big 45s won't fit on there.
A 45 won't fit. You can't stack two 45s side by side. You can only do 35s and...
so you use a 50-pound plate.
You use a 50-pound plate.
So you got these here just for the Nautilus.
Just for this machine.
Incredible. Leg extension, bicep curl, tricep extension.
And I should warn anybody, I don't have guards on these. When I picked them up, they didn't have guards. So if you're spotting someone, make sure your skin doesn't get too close. I won't tell you how I know.
Let's have a look at these treadmills.
You bet.
And then treadmills are not normally a feature that we care about, really, because everyone's just pumped out the same treadmills to everyone. So tell us about these.
Woodway makes the best treadmills money can buy, hands down, no doubt. If you're in a gym and you got people who are serious about running,
or big guys.
Big guys, the Woodway treadmills are absolutely the best. They run with a special thickness and density of rubber so that it's much easier on your joints. You actually, it's a much more efficient design in a treadmill. There's not a lot of friction that builds up, not a lot of heat, no waxing.
So now these are rated for 400-pound guys to run on them.
And they're good for 700 pounds walking.
700 pounds walking. So you could have NFL offensive linemen on here sprinting full speed and it would still be smooth as silk.
Yep, you betcha.
So you got the best stuff, man. You got the best stuff.
That's right. A lot of this stuff is sort of the best of the best that you'll find anywhere. And you know, I've handpicked from different companies, Nebula, old vintage Nautilus, Hammer Strength, you know, the best pieces they make. And it's truly been a labor of love.
I almost get tired of saying this because I've been lucky enough to been to so many good gyms that have these two pieces. But my favorite hack squat and my favorite leg press, the old Nebula stuff. So the reason I love this hack squat so much is not just because it's so smooth and comfortable and fits well, but the adjustable platform on the bottom. I always like to have like a 90-degree on my hack squat, and I hate it when there's like a real shallow slant out on the hack. I hate that. So I like to have this platform. This leg press I love so much because the Nebula runs on a 35-degree instead of 45-degree. Now other people like that because then they could just put more plates on. But I like it because when you shift down 10 degrees, there's less pressure in your head.
Yeah.
And you don't feel like when you got a bunch of plates on there and you're pressing hard, you almost feel like you're sitting instead of too elevated. So they're super comfortable.
The other nice thing is the back pad can be set down so low. Your range of motion is so much better than most leg presses.
Right.
So even though it might be easier per se, you load up 9, 10 plates on this, it feels like 11, 12 plates on other leg presses just because you've got so much more range of motion.
Yeah, it's a killer machine. You've got all the best pieces. So 600-pound stack on this old school calf raise with
horns for more.
Horns for more. Because now, I mean, most gyms don't even have a standing calf raise anymore.
Or it's some kind of belt-driven contraption, and I'm just like, what the hell is the point of that?
Yeah, you're right. The stack will be on the side or something. And there's nothing like a standing calf raise where the weight's just hanging from your shoulders.
You can feel it.
You feel everything.
Yeah.
So this is an amazing piece. Just this piece on its own is unusual. You don't find these, Every piece you have is good. Great collection of hammer stuff. Now show me this.
So this is a Nebula IDA low row.
I just want to try this out. Now we're going to train some back today, right?
We're going to give this thing a good go around.
So I want to give a good go on this. So, because this is very natural.
Yeah, you look at the swivel of the arm, or the grip I should say, the arms themselves swivel a little bit as well. And then the grip, they use a tri-bar dumbbell handle, which you don't see anymore either, which actually gives you a pretty good firm grip.
That's a hell of a weight tree, by the way.
Oh, my old York.
Look at that. I've never seen that before.
No?
A weight tree that spins? That's funny. So now you just added this, right?
Yeah, I got this one last summer. So this is a Perillo arched Olympic incline bench. Probably only a handful that he actually made throughout the 90s and 2000s. I got this one off of Kijiji in Toronto. I'm willing to bet a piece of equipment in here, it's probably the only one in Canada.
Yeah, I guess these don't need to be too high, hey?
No,
that's
they don't.
Plenty. This would be very, you'd have to really be strong. This would cut your incline down by quite a bit, eh?
Oh yeah, you'll feel it. Because you know what, it takes a lot of that delta out of the movement.
No, that's a great feeling.
Yeah.
I'd love to try it, but we're doing back today.
We're doing back
today. I can't train everything. I want to train everything sometimes.
You have to come back.
Yeah, there you go. This is another thing that you don't see much. You got a flat bench that adjusts into a decline.
And an incline.
And an incline.
You betcha. So this will do from a 35-degree incline to a 15-degree decline.
And now I can tell you really modeled the gym after Dorian's gym because he always had his flat bench on like a 10% decline.
You betcha.
And this will do the job.
So I've got a bad shoulder. When I was 13, I was in a major quad accident. I've got staples in my shoulder. Conventional benches don't do it for me. You know, you get a fixed bench and I can never find the right feel. The adjustable bench has been a lifesaver.
These two pieces here. So you've got two of my favorite tricep machines. You got the Panada and the Hammer Strength, and you just added this one.
You bet. I wanted to bring this in before you guys got here. You see the door in the back? It wouldn't fit through the door, so I actually had to take apart the door frame to slide her in here. That was kind of a bit of a day.
Now, tell everyone why this is blue and purple.
Okay, so I have aspirations to replace the padding. Their colors were black and purple. There's no way I could have a piece of black Hammer Strength in my gym.
It has to be blue.
It's got to be blue. So I sent this off, got it powder coated, and I run on a shoestring budget. I didn't have money to finish the padding.
But that gives it character.
It kind of does.
If everything matches, it means that the owner put no thought into his equipment, right? Because you walk into the big commercial gyms now and it's just like...
They just check off a number on a box.
Yeah, so it's just one company just filled the gym.
Yep.
But that's why these are the best gyms, because you come in and every single piece is hand-picked. This is a perfect example of why the gym owner is the heart and soul of a good gym, because he's put so much effort into hand-picking these pieces, chasing them all over the world, looking on Craigslist and Kijiji, and trying to find exactly what he wanted. Search for one piece for years just to add it to his gym. And of course, dumbbells to 150.
You betcha. And as soon as someone can move them on inclines or shoulder press for enough reps, we'll go up higher.
Shit. I'll come back for chest day.
Come back for chest.
Come back for chest day. So let's have a look in the back here. I know you had something that really made a difference for you.
So this is a back room that this year I'm going to be expanding into. It gives me another 700 square feet. I'm going to spread my equipment out a little bit. There's still a few pieces I need, like a kneeling leg curl and a couple little odds and ends like that.
Right.
So when this wall comes down,
This will be the leg room?
This will be the leg room. You betcha.
It really shows how efficient you can be with space. You know, now the smaller cardio section obviously makes a huge difference.
You bet.
Do you think that these commercial gyms, I mean, I've been to a lot of these big commercial gyms and they have, you know, maybe some of them even have 100 pieces of cardio, but I never see them full.
No.
They're rarely full.
Well,
so
part of the reason is I bet you out of those 100 pieces, 30% of them are probably out of order for some reason.
Right, yeah, a lot of cardio needs a lot of maintenance.
You betcha,
so,
you betcha.
That's cool. I can't wait to have a workout.
You bet.
So we're gonna train some back. You know, John's gonna throw on a tank top and short shorts.
I'm just gonna actually go and cut these off right now.
Okay, so let's train.
All
so
right.
John Nowak, Own Iron Gym. Thanks for having me, man. Let's have a
you.
good one. You bet. Coming up. Okay, that'll be good. All right, get those elbows back. Squeeze. Drive. Right there. Go again. Pull. Squeeze. Go again. Squeezing all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Good, good, good.
There it is. Nice. Drive it. Nice. Don't slow it down. Push. All the way, all the way, all the way. Drive it, drive it, drive it.
Yeah.
Drive, drive.
Yep. One more.
One more.
Come
Come on, Diesel.
You know, you think of a pullover, and you know, how you do a lot of rope pullovers. So you know, you have that, like that sort of form. But on that machine, you can't really get that. You're sort of like this, but it's just so much torque.
There's an intense amount of contraction.
Yeah.
Like in the mid-range.
Yeah, my lats are really pumped, and it's not perfect form, but it was good. There you go. Perfect form. Boom. Yeah, squeeze them out. Yeah. Squeezing. There we go. Good, good, good. Pull. Pull, 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 pull.
Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Come on, easy one. Squeeze. Good.
Little hang stretch at the end. The last time I saw John was a couple years ago at the old gym that I used to train at in Edmonton. And he was deadlifting and he was mopping up some puke because he puked in the powerlifting rack.
And about 6 feet out.
And about 6 feet out of it. So he definitely has put in some effort in the gym. Have you puked in the gym? The strength curve on this machine is set up for a stretch load.
It is.
So it's the heaviest when you're in your stretch. And then as you come back, the weight gets a little lighter so it matches the strength curve of the lat.
You betcha.
So you should get a good failure through the whole rep.
And see, that's the big difference between the newer machines and the old Nautilus.
Yeah.
You feel on that old Nautilus pullover
How heavy it gets right
to the
here
contraction.
suddenly. Yeah.
Contraction is the heaviest part
Yeah.
of the thing.
Keep going. More. You bet. Up. Yep. Drive. More to go. Up, 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 up. Squeeze. Good. Strong as an ox. What are you talking about? Let's go. 4. Yep. Couple more. 5. One more, all you. Okay, now let's finish the set. 2. 2 to match. Squeeze. Big squeeze. Pull, 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 pull. Good.
Up. That's it. Up. Big squeeze. Up. That's it. Drive her up. Up. Pull. Good. Up. That's it. Up. Up. Stretch. Up. Come on. Up. Drive. One more for the mass. Come on. Drive. Good. Whew. The weights here are heavier. We're closer to the center of the earth.
Right, right. Where
if
did
you-
they drill the oil from?
That's right.
Right back to the hip. Good. There we go. Good pull. Good pull.
Playing me out, Ron.
Good row. There we go. One of the things with one-arm dumbbell rows is you're always tempted to go for reps. How many reps can I do? But then you wind up speeding them up and not squeezing as hard and not resisting the negative as much. So I try not to set number goals on exercises like this, because if you set a number goal, you'll heave your way into it. So I try to keep them tight. Go till you get a little loose. So when I do those, I'm thinking about dropping my shoulder all the way forward and then getting my elbow behind me.
Come on, Ron.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Up. Another partial. 2 right there's good. One more. Activate the lat. There we go.
That's it. Squeeze.
Nice. Can I go backwards? Because then you know it's like over the top, right?
Okay.
Totally failed.
Nice set.
The fact that the bar is hanging makes it so much harder. This episode's for all the small town gym owners out there that are trying to create a great place to train like this. And maybe it's hard for you to get publicity, hard for you to get recognition because no one really comes through. And that's why we came inside John's gym here, Iron Gym in Lac La Biche, Alberta. You know, thanks a lot for having us, man.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Means a lot. Into season 3 of Mutant on a Mission now. Thank you to all you guys for watching all the episodes. If you haven't seen all of season 1 and season 2, they're here on our YouTube channel. Go check them out. There's some great gyms. Some of the best episodes are the ones you don't expect to be the best episodes, so check them out.
Like this one.
And yeah, there you go. So like I said, without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this show. And without these hardcore gyms, we wouldn't be doing this show. So it really is about you guys. So thank you very much. We'll see you again on another episode of Mutant on a Mission. Your beard is far more manly than mine.
And I work.
Certified lumberjack.
I work in an oil field town, and I still manage to grow it.
Yeah.
What's your excuse?
Yeah. There's too many hipsters out in Vancouver. Almost ready. And then there's another picture where he's like, now I'm ready. He's putting it on backwards. Yeah, just my arm's too long for the bench. I hit the floor. You know what I mean?
Like a gorilla.
Like a gorilla.
I don't know what you mean.
Knuckle dragger.
I don't have that problem.
Yeah.